Does color matter? I would like to share with you that up until now, this build specifically, color has not really ever mattered to me. I have worked on things that really focused on maybe a little bit of movement and how to make it move, so I didn't really care about putting together all black or all white or whatever. But when you start to simulate things that exist in real life, especially when you are trying to model something that looks like Shoreline Village, where there is such an explosion of color that you really have to focus on the color so as to distinguish the different buildings in the location. So this is my first attempt at making the ice cream shop, and some of it I'm doing without actually having visuals in front of me because the visuals are recorded on this camera or on some of the card. But I went down, I made some observations, and these I'm making windows out of these headlamp bricks, and I'm trying to build the structure of the siding, which really this doesn't work for it, but I'm just trying to figure out how to create some texture with that color, not necessarily in the style of the specific siding, because there's so many different kinds of siding here at Shoreline Village that it would be impossible for me to, well, is anything ever impossible? For me to simulate all of those different textures. So I'm just trying to get my baseline model down for the ice cream shop. So in the back of the ice cream shop, there is a Dutch door, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But really what I'm trying to do is just get the windows down. And so there are 4 pane windows here, which I might end up replacing these, but for right now, it works just fine. And then I want everything else to be pink. So I'm trying to, really I want to get these bricks that are 1x4 with 2 studs because they have grooves at the edge. These 1x2 plates, tiles have grooves, and there's a 1x1 tile that has a groove, and that groove will end up serving to create texture and depth in the if I stack them together, but I just don't have enough of them. And I'll be honest, I looked on Bricklink and there are probably like 18 or 20 stores that have these parts in the quantities I would need them. So yes, color matters. I'm trying my best. I'm going to be working with, I finally found a stash of white headlamp bricks, so I can replace all of these now, maybe all of these. And even, some people have really want new, and like, look at this one. This one is certainly not new. It has a crack down the center, and I'm using it. It still looks white. There's another one that is kind of off-white. I think it might be this one. And I'm using it because it's close enough. It's better than black. But maybe at least now I'll be able to, oh no, this is the off-white one. See, it's kind of grubby looking. And it looks almost like the tan one, but it's not. It's really white on the front, I think. I think that's the one. Anyway, but there we go. So the intent is to create something that looks like an ice cream shop, not necessarily the ice cream shop because it will be different. And then it's going to be able to be opened, and then there'll be a little bar here where they can serve ice creams. And I do happen to have bought a lot of ice cream cone things because I was at, they were on the pick-a-brick wall at the Lego store. So it's kind of fun and it's kind of exciting. I finally found some bricks. I've been looking really hard for these bricks because they aren't necessarily all in one spot. I have a lot of mixed brick, but coming along. So I found a lot of those 1x1 headlamp bricks, but I still end up having to use the ugly one. So look at the front. See? The front both look white. And then as you go closer towards the back, it's distinctly different, and that's the part that I actually need. But it's okay. It's good enough for now. Bam. Very interesting that some of these, there's a little bit of a space, a gap in the left of it. See right here, right here. Let's see on this one. Yeah, right here and right here. This is, I've left it open, so I expect that. And here, maybe kind of hard to tell when they're not as new. I think it could be a variance in the batch. Maybe they changed the mold. See right there? So I'll put this over here just to kind of make it a little bit more regular, not look as patchy. Okay. So you can see that I've moved both of the bricks with the gap to the same side, so it looks a little bit more regular. I almost wish there were some bricks with a gap on the right that I could move over here and sort of create a frame just by that small space. I suppose it could also be my placement of the brick, but I'm gonna do that over here too. This is another side. Okay. I am going to try to do this so that we get a little gap on both sides. So we would kind of tweak it that way. This is slowly, I don't know. See, because there's a gap here. I think it's the positioning. So let me play with that a bit. So, does it make a difference? Kind of looks like it does. And I could even leave a little gap at the top and the bottom. So create a frame that way. Interesting. Let me play with that a bit more.